Hi everyone, this is Jennifer and I'm back today with a new layout made for the Hip Kit Club design team. To achieve this layout, I will be using this exclusive Boho Vibes cut file and the July 2021 kits. To start off, I cut a white cardstock with clear gesso so I can add inks. I then place the cutout in the center of my page, as you, and I add a very thick foam below my page, which will allow me to make holes easily. So I fix the cutout with masking tape so that it doesn't move, and with a needle I make holes all around the cutout to reveal the letters. I space the holes half an inch approximately. I make holes in all the corners of the word to have nice angles. I cut this design with my silhouette cameo from a white cardstock. The pattern measures approximately 5 by 8 inches. My mission was to add stitching, so I had this idea and I really like doing this kind of thing. It's different, and with this technique I have a pretty nice background with texture and relief. Once all the holes are done, I move on to sewing. I'm using white DMC thread, so I will sew the whole design. I'm not showing you this whole step, which is much too long. I think I sewed for 15 or 20 minutes. And here is the result. I love that. So I continue with my layouts. I have chosen 2 photos of my loves that I place under the seam, overlapping them, and I will select the embellishments by trying to choose one or more elements from each category included in the July 2021 kits. So I choose some flowers and mandala from the Build a Bloom pack of the embellishment kits. I decided to choose the embellishments in blue-orange tones that they match the color of the photos. I then choose tags from the language tags of the Pocket Life kit. And I select a piece of orange card from the Pocket Life kit too. And I start to arrange the selected elements. I make a mirror decoration, that is to say, I arrange the embellishments in the same way on each side of the photos for a more harmonious visual. I like to do that kind of thing. I then choose some ephemera from the main kit, always keeping the orange-blue color combo. I will start assembling the selected elements. First, I prepare the photos and add crumpled tracing paper underneath to add texture and to blur the edges of the photos. I use double-sided tape for this tape It sticks better with the tracing paper and it's faster. So I distress the edge of the tags. I love doing this stuff and making it messy. I use a distresser but with scissors. It also works. I'm sticking the tags under the photos now, and I always use double-sided tape. So I glue the photos together and I insert a fabric mandala between the two photos. So I add 3D foam under the ephemera, our favorite place, and I glue it astride the photos. So I add a fabric flower and mandala under the ephemera, and I add pieces of cardboard under this assembly to add volume once glued. I very often use cardboard under my photos. It's very easy to find and as effective as 3D foam, and then I recycle a bit like that. My main layout is done, but for those who know me well, something is missing. A little ink, of course. So I'm going to add the Chimers Vibes Genie Blue ink from the color kits all around this assembly and on the seam. I will be able to tint the sewing thread and make a gradient. So I apply the ink flush with the main assembly, and with a little water I line the area going outwards. So I dry the first time to fix the colors, but especially to dry the page well, because with the seam holes the cardstock is less waterproof. I will therefore often dry the page between each ink application. So I intensify the area near the seam with the same ink and blur the edges with a little water. So I dry everything again and I add ink on the seam this time to have a nice gradient that I would have struggled to achieve with thread. So I add the Chimers Inklings Blow My Mind ink, which has blue, green, gold undertones, which I apply near the assembly flush to create depth. I love this ink with its different shades. It's beautiful. I still dry everything well and I continue blurring the outline with a wet brush. So I add a little more ink here and there and I dry everything well one last time. So I continue with my layout now that the background is done. So I chose the word best from the puffy titles of the main kit, which I place above the seam at left to rebalance the page and fill this empty part. I then add white DMC thread to the tags on each side of the photos for a little reminder with the sewing. So I'm placing some ephemera hearts here and there. I need more embellishments, so I choose circles from the chipboard mini frames and bits of the Pocket Life kit that I place near the photos. I removed the adhesive film underneath to be able to move them more easily if needed, and I'm not sure where to put them at the moment. I leave them aside and I choose chipboard with a rainbow from the Pocket Life kit too, and I also select some die cuts butterflies from the embellishment kit. They are just superb and I couldn't not choose some. So I select some puffy stickers from the Pocket Life kit, mini hearts and the word be kind. I also choose some wood veneer from the embellishment kit. I absolutely had to add some, they are just superb too. I believe everything looks great in this July 2021 kits. I choose a few circles that I position on each side of the photos, and I now place some selected embellishments. This step is quite long between hesitation and choice, so I will spare you that and I will move on to gluing the element. So I start by gluing this wood veneer circle here and this phrase pull mode from the chipboard mini Fridays of the Pocket Life kit that I glue with 3D foam on the ephemera, our favorite place. So I glue this round chipboard with 3D foam also directly on the photo, and I glue the main assembly in the center of the page below the seam. So with my nails, I pinch the white thread of the tags and pull outward to create loops and give movements to these threads. I then glue the wood veneer circle on each side of the photos by camouflaging them a little, and I add these empty chipboard circles under the fabric flowers. So I choose this butterfly that I cut to no longer have the white outlines, and I will insert it under the best puffy stickers and add the wood veneer phrase, life can't get any better. So I glue the puffy stickers with 3D foam, and I glue the butterfly askew below then the phrase wood veneer with 3D foam. So I glue this ephemera heart with 3D foam on the sewn heart, and there is the drama. My camera didn't work by the end of this layout, but luckily there wasn't much left to do. I will therefore explain them to you. So I then glued 2 more ephemera hearts on the photos with 3D foam and added a chipboard button here. I added these puffy stickers Be Kind here and the chipboard phrase Vacay Yes Please here. And I finish with splashes of blue ink and white gesso diluted with little water to harmonize everything and brick light. There you go. I'm really sorry for this little technical problem. I still hope you enjoyed this video, and especially that this layout will inspire you for a future project. I love doing the sewing and adding ink to tint it. Thanks for stopping by and watching. I wish you a beautiful creative day. See you soon.